with another episode of Ringer. Yeah, baby. I'm letting the pits fucking loose tonight. Yeah, let them loose, baby. Yeah, I'm right. We are Ring Rust Radio. I'm Donald Wood. This is Brandon Galvin. Together, we're the Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins of the Shield, while the Roman Reigns of the Shield is somewhere probably just being sad. Honestly, he's somewhere on his phone watching us like, they desperately need me. They miss me. Even though we're just like, who? Never mind. Huh? Who? Good. BG, tell everybody who we are.
Before that, Andrew says, is that the Muscle Man dance?
Is it the Muscle Man dance? Yeah, it is. He was all over it. We didn't get a Firefly Funhouse tonight.
Disappointing.
But we certainly did get behind the Miz. I saw the Abby the Witch. And behind Kofi, I saw the Buzzard. So I'm sure that tomorrow I'll find out that I missed around 7 other characters. The Vince McMahon character is somewhere as well. So I'm excited to see that it seems to be creeping into my live television.
Very interesting. It's very interesting. What else is interesting is you and I, we represent Ring Rust Radio. We are a long-form podcast, but every week after Monday Night Raw, for some reason, we pick Raw of all shows to come and review live. 11:15 p.m. Eastern. And this is what we're going to do. Donnie, you're already starting about Bray Wyatt. He used to feud with The Undertaker, and that's where we're really going to start this because for no fucking reasons, this guy back and feuding with Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. Oh, you have reasons?
I'll read an article tomorrow on Bleacher Report that explains all of this and how it works.
Enlighten me about what I'll read tomorrow.
Well, what I'll say to you is this. I was scoffed at on Ring Rust Radio when I said Goldberg would go to Extreme Rules because he was looking for redemption. My tarot cards were upside down. It was actually the dead man coming to Philadelphia looking for redemption. So I wasn't too far off. I think that
very far off.
Honestly, I think that it's the perfect storm of WWE doesn't know how to get itself out of this Shane McMahon mess that it's led itself into because everybody seems to be bitching that he's on every show and every segment. And to be fair, they're not wrong. He is everywhere all the time. He's doing a good job. He's a good heel, and but I just feel like the booking has been dookie. Because like Drew's like a secondary thought when he's like the one who's actually should be being built here. My hope is that this tag team match leads to 2 singles matches at SummerSlam. Shane versus Roman, and Roman gets his win back because that's where they're going with this.
Yeah.
But Drew beating Undertaker is the one that I am genuinely excited about because we always say Undertaker can still do good things in the ring, but he has to be with somebody who can really like push him to that level and also help bring him to that level with him. And I think that Drew's got the size and the speed and the fucking in-ring prowess and the storytelling ability to help give us a classic Undertaker match again. So if I have to deal with Roman versus Shane again to get Drew McIntyre versus Undertaker, with Undertaker probably taking the L at SummerSlam,
you would hope so.
I'm down for all of that. That's fine with all of. I'm fine with all of that.
Yeah, listen. I very much want to see Drew McIntyre and The Undertaker. Drew McIntyre is awesome. We say it all the time, but I could think of better matchups that I'd rather see The Undertaker with, to be honest, Donnie. Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, like this guys.
Because you just named 2 guys. Listen, okay, let's be honest with ourselves for a second. Drew McIntyre, Undertaker needs a guy who can carry him. You mentioned AJ Styles, you mentioned Samoa Joe. All these guys can carry him. Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, they have, while the booking has been poor, Samoa Joe gets Samoa Joe's over AF. Everyone knows how good he is. Drew has truly been squandered because if you think from an athletic point of view, there is no one more athletic per size capita than he is. He is if you had to build, everybody talks about Randy Orton. If you had to build a superstar, he'd look exactly like Randy Orton. If I had to build a superstar, he would look exactly like Drew fucking McIntyre. He's got the height. He's got the promo ability. He's got the fucking look. He's got the chest. This fucking dude has got it all. And I think that Undertaker should be putting people over at this point in his career. If he's going to stick around and he's going to fucking pull a Ric Flair and not be able to say goodbye, he should be putting people over in the meantime. And I think Drew Galloway is literally the guy who needs this more than anyone else in that roster. And I think I'll say this, I think he deserves it more than damn near anyone else on the roster as well.
It's fair. That's fair. Listen, I'm very excited to see that matchup. I'm excited for the tag team matchup because you do get Undertaker, and I mean we've seen him work a good match with Shane. You got the history of Roman Reigns. That's pretty interesting there. Of why he even there has to be an explanation, right? Of what the fuck, why did this happen, right? So I'm excited.
Okay, well, I think I figured it out. I think that he left his hat and gloves in the ring that time, where he thought he was retiring. It was a test for Roman Reigns to see if he took them and then hocked them at the local fucking pawn shop. But he didn't. He left them in the ring. Undertaker, we didn't see this. Undertaker came back later that night, picked them back up, and he's like, "Wow, that kid didn't steal my shit. He's a pretty good kid." And then boom, now we got respect.
3 years later.
3 years later. Listen, Undertaker. Undertaker's literally dead. He doesn't have anybody on speed dial. His wife's a skeleton. He's working on a different pace. You know what I mean? What else happened? I mean, besides that was literally the first. As soon as I saw Undertaker, I was like, not going to get any better than this. So that's why I wrote the article on it. I was like,
I disagree with that.
What?
It got better.
No, in terms of stuff that we like, but in terms of just mainstream.
Oh, sure. Okay.
What are people going to be talking about coming out of this?
Right.
About Undertaker. You and I are talking about fucking Rick and AJ tearing it down.
Hold on.
And the idea of let's get more of this, please.
Yeah. Well, before we move on, did you think it was weird though that they had the Undertaker come back just to the middle of the show? Usually that would be a main event thing. I'm really happy that that didn't happen, but usually it's the main event where Undertaker's going to come back. No.
Yes, usually from WWE's perspective, usually it's always let's save this for this big moment. But we always talk about what made the Attitude, because I went back and I watched a lot of that Attitude Era, and then you did too. Yeah. And you're sometimes you look at it, you're like, what the fuck did I like about this? Why? What in my head was I can't wait to go to school tomorrow and talk about fucking Midian, he's naked. No, what fucking possessed us? And it was the moments like this.
Yeah.
Undertaker just showed up in the middle of a fucking Raw. If you weren't watching, you missed this moment. And it's that feeling of anything could happen at any moment.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think they're doing a good job the past couple of weeks of trying to replicate that. Right? You had the wild card rule. You had 24/7. Undertaker's coming back. You're giving us Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins. And next week it's AJ Styles and Ricochet. They're giving us things to come back and watch.
So I think that I've been more entertained by Raw and SmackDown in the last couple weeks. I'd say
week.
Yeah, I'd say since the Saudi Arabia show, I feel like the product has been better.
Yeah, I agree.
But BG, is it truly better, or is it just better than it was?
I think these have been good shows. Actually,
I enjoy them. I'll say this.
Usually we be coming on here pissed off, and I'm not pissed off.
Because we were literally seeing some of the worst episodes of Raw that have ever happened.
I agree, 100%.
And so now, but so I was saying to you, am I judging it against that, or am I judging it against am I genuinely entertained by this product? Because I think there's an element of Stockholm syndrome going on here with us.
Of course, but I would say what I brought up a couple weeks ago, the past 2 weeks. If you go segment by segment, I think you're getting a lot of good segments compared to bad segments. So to me, the Braun Strowman Bobby Lashley thing, that was the worst segment of the night.
Yeah, I fucking can't. I just can't fathom why they're doing that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. That's very strange, but that also is Attitude Era-esque if we want to say it like
that's
that.
The bad part. That's the part where we're what the fuck?
That's the bad Attitude Era. I agree, right? But if you go up in that, I didn't hate the opener with Seth, Becky, Lacey Evans, and Baron.
Oh my god, I didn't even know you wanted to get into this right now. But that shit, I am so fucking over. I'm over Seth and Becky individually as these fucking glad-handing fucking faces that are just talking about how happy they are to be there and shit like that. Becky seems to be straying away from that more, but Seth is hard line. Besides having the chair for that night, he's been fucking awful. And now together, those fucking, oh my god, the fucking promo with Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans was poop, dude. That was poop. She's oh yeah, we're going to do an Extreme Rule. It's what the fuck is happening? What are we doing here? Why are we still doing this one? Why is it happening like this? And who thought for a fucking second Having Michael Cole tell me 135 times that there are a couple in real life is going to make me intrigued by this storyline. They're fucking wrong. This is not. I am pushing away from Becky and Seth, and that's not how it should be. I'm looking forward to both taking L's so they can chase the title because I just don't want them anymore.
So you and I are in agreement of how they've been as faces, 100%. I definitely agree with you. My thing with this segment, I hate that we're here at this point, but it makes sense is my thing. And like we had so many Raws over the past couple of years where things would just happen and make no fucking sense, and nothing would be built upon that. They have a storyline between Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans, Seth Rollins, and Baron Corbin that they've had for 2 months now. And we always ask for long-term storytelling that's actually going to lead to, kick the can down the road, have layers to the storyline, and keep it developing. And they have been doing that. So to come on here and just bash it, I understand your perspective 100%. But to me, at least it makes sense as far as the storyline that they're portraying. If all they did was come out today and just had new challengers, it would look so stupid after what happened last night. Like Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin got Becky Lynch came and fucking screwed them over. So obviously they want to have some type of retaliation, and here they are. And a winner takes all match. It just makes sense to me. So I don't want to. Here's the thing. I'm with you, Donnie. Like I don't want to see it. I'm over the storyline, but it does make sense, and that's where I have to give him credit for.
I'm not going to give any credit. There's no credit. We can give credit. Like I like all the pieces. I like Becky Lynch and I like Seth Rollins. I like Lacey Evans. I like Baron Corbin. But like it's like taking pizza and fucking pudding and put them in a blender, and you're like, I like these things individually, and then you put them together, and you're like, this is fucking gross. I don't want pickles in my fucking pudding. Get the fuck away from me. Yeah, exactly. That's what that face is. The face I made when Corbin's like, yeah, Lacey Evans is like, yeah, I'll tag up with you, and I'm like, we're saving this for Philadelphia. Philadelphia, this is what we're giving to the Mecca, Philadelphia.
You deserve. But
I should have bought those Extreme Rules tickets now. I can just so I could have scalped them at this point for.
You're gonna get the Undertaker, and dude, let's get to the main event. AJ Styles versus Ricochet. They gave it the main event slot, which is awesome because they just announced it last night. And you're like, all right, what are they gonna do? Just middle of the show? Nope. Get the main event where it deserves. AJ Styles and Ricochet, first time ever in WWE, deserves a main event spot. What is that?
Because it's not the true main event. Because I truly feel like it goes probably 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock are the three most important spots.
But the main event, as everyone will tell you, the main event is the main event.
No, the third hour of Raw is literally the least viewed hour of Raw.
I don't care. The main event of your show. Let's go ask CM Punk, baby. He knows what the main event is. Doesn't have to be a wrestling Undertaker. The main event is the last match. Chris Jericho will tell you that also.
Oh my God. Can you imagine the jaded conversations we could have with all those guys? CM Punk would be like, yeah, technically the main event is 11 o'clock, but no, you're in WWE, right? It's 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Wherever Ronda is.
That's you. That's you're mocking yourself. You're an asshole. You're an idiot. But yeah, awesome match. What, did you not like this match, you fucking asshole? It was whatever. It wasn't in Japan. I
was trying to find a classy way to talk about finger and buttholes here, but I'm just going to skip past it and give it 3 fingered buttholes out of 5. It was a solid TV match. You know what I mean? It
was a really good match.
They gave plenty of time. It's a good match, of course. It's the two guys. I want to see more of this. I don't want to see AJ Styles go for the fucking U.S. title. If that's kind of what we alluded to here a little bit, which is I'm not down for that at all. But I'm very intrigued in what we're doing.
Well, Michael Cole said that if you beat the champion, you may be in contention. Doesn't even guarantee that you're in contention for the championship.
He's being fed all this. It's Vince McMahon. If you unleash Michael Cole, you would have the greatest announcer in the history of any sport. Noodle, dude. Yeah, so I think that the idea, I like the idea of the club kind of teasing like they're going to get back together and him kind of being disappointed dad in them for a little bit. But where do you think this is going? Talking about the club.
So the way I took this match and what they were trying to portray in this, with the commentary, the setup of the match, is AJ Styles coming back after a month, trying to see if he still has it, if he can hang with someone like Ricochet. And he's the seasoned veteran. He knows all the tricks. And you did see that happen in this match, which was, I thought, a really great match. I mean, those two are amazing. And with AJ Styles winning, it is like, all right, I still got it. So maybe he does go after the championship. Maybe it does become a string of matches. But he also has stake. He's fucking AJ Styles. Like, he can go wherever he wants, right? So did the club like try to push him one way? And I'm very intrigued by that. I like the idea of him like giving them shit for like just joking around and not winning matches, and then them trying to like buddy up with him, and he's not having it because he knows what they're capable of like being sly motherfuckers. Like, you're gonna try to interfere in my match? No. And I'm sure you saw the report about how they're trying to not have commercials during the matches. Mm-hmm. I thought they did a good job for the most part of making sure that didn't happen here. Of like having things set up where it's like, all right, you have this elimination match, or the club is going to try to interfere. AJ sends them away, so now we're going to restart the match when you come back from commercial. I don't know how long they're going to be able to keep that up for, but in that event, they did a good job with the storyline of working into the storyline. So
I'll say this. As a fucking fan who really does enjoy watching wrestling live, you're making the Raw experience even less appealing, telling me there's going to be fucking commercial breaks. Everybody's like, whoa, everybody, hold on. We got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes to kill. Everybody, who wants to dance? Dance break. Fucking.
I wonder what they are doing, though, during that time.
Fucking
standing around? Like,
just looking at all the children who are growing weary of sitting there not seeing a damn thing for fucking 3 minutes every 14 minutes.
I would never go to Raw.
I am tempted to go to Extreme Rules. Genuinely tempted to go to Extreme Rules.
See Undertaker again.
I already seen him.
I'm not against Drew McIntyre.
But Roman Reigns is going to be.
So what? You might see AJ Styles versus Ricochet.
I'm not going to see that. I'm positive I'm not going to see that match. I'd be intrigued by, but I know
that's going to be awesome.
I'm going to get fucking Becky Lynch squandered carrying Seth Rollins. Then also, let me ask you a question before we get out of here. I have a question to ask you, and this is just from my heart. This is genuine. This is not on the schedule. You can look at it. It's not on the schedule. What's up with fucking Rollins being such a crybaby, pussy-ass bitch all of a sudden about, like, oh, WWE's the best in the world now. I'm tired of waiting to be... Dude, the booking has been poop. He, of all people, should not be fucking screaming these things. Because, yes, when he wrestles, yes, is the wrestling good? Yes, you have the deepest roster in wrestling history. WWE's roster right now is the most talented in wrestling history, and it ain't fucking close. But 92% of them are being squandered and wasted. Well, this guy's telling me that this is the fucking top of the barrel shit when it's not. It's not. I watch top of the barrel shit. I watch Lucha. This is not Lucha. This is not anything like Lucha. This is basically watered down wrestling. And if what we're watching right now is as good as it's been in super long time, that's still not indicative of it being a good product. It's still not something I would, if I was a casual fan, I'd be like, oh, let me check that out. I'd be like, what the fuck is this? BG, right now, admit, would you watch Raw if we didn't fucking do the show? No, I wouldn't either. I think I would have stopped by now. I think that I would have, over the course of our 11 years doing Ring Rust, I would have been like, fuck this. I'm out the door. I don't want to be part of this anymore. Because it just wears me down. So when someone like Seth Rollins comes out and starts fucking bitching and crying like that, I get it. He's defending his place of work. You know what I mean? He's got to do that because his friend just jumped ship and everybody's going to be like, oh, is he next to go? But no, he's up Triple H's ass. We know that. So it is what it is. I think he's a crybaby bitch and he should probably shut the fuck up. Where Kenny Omega, fucking the true best wrestler in the world, lays the smackdown on his bitch ass.
You done?
Will Ospreay is better than Seth Rollins. Go
ahead. For this year, I do have Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay might be my wrestler of the year, actually.
Yeah,
so
he's
far.
fucking better than Seth Rollins. I mean, he's better at talking, and I don't even think I've ever heard fucking Will Ospreay talk.
Obviously Seth Rollins has drawn up quite the tornado of fucking social media.
He just like turned the lighting filter off.
My thing with that is I get it from his perspective. Like, it's like when you're the quarterback, right? And people are shitting on your team, and you're like, fuck all of you guys. Like, he's defending his entire, like, he's the champion. He takes that with pride, and I appreciate that as far as the way he comes at it when it comes to a championship. And not just like it's a prop where it's like, whatever. Like, Brock, we know Brock doesn't give a fuck, right?
Brock was inconvenienced by the title.
Right. Like, Brock, we know Brock does not give a shit. But like Seth Rollins, like it matters to him that he's champion, right? Like he understands what that means, and for us as marks, right, we understand. Like he knows that.
I appreciate that element of it. I
appreciate that. And
us against the world. It's just like you have to come from an educated point of view with that, or you're going to get owned.
But I think he's talking about the in-ring work. And if that's his perspective that, hey, we're putting on the best product out there, that is entirely his perspective and how he wants to come about it.
But it's also incorrect. His opinions can't be wrong, but his in this case was wrong. So opinions can definitely be wrong, by the way. There's fucking a lot of really bad opinions in 2019 floating out there.
I like just reading like the comments. It's just like, oh, he's incorporating NXT because that's the best.
Yeah, too. So that's how he got away with it. He's like, no, the whole umbrella of WWE 205 Live, and that's why he went to the Drew Lock match, and he's just like, no, this is the one. It's only one match, guys. Believe it, because and like we said, the storytelling the in-ring performers are amazing. You get Ricochet versus AJ Styles and give them a little bit of a leash, they'll give you a fucking great match. The problem is that they tell poop stories in the ring too. It's not their fault. There's some fucking Jamie Noble guy out back fucking telling Seth Rollins like, yeah, we're gonna low blow you, man. And she's gonna come out, smack it. Yeah, I like this. And we're gonna be like, oh, this is great. So I did not like. I always start the show very positive. But yeah, I'm fucking pissed.
That was your fucking Twitter.
The 24/7 title. I was wrong. It's been the best part of Raw in most weeks. And the wedding, the Drake Maverick wedding being crashed, is an amazing moment because that was genuinely his wedding. That was him getting married, and he's just like, "No, we're gonna do this little bit right in the middle of it." And his wife is like, "Yeah, let's do this shit." I found out she was in the Mae Young Classic. His wife.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And she's also, why I clicked on her, I was like, who is this lady? Like, I've never seen her. So I clicked on it, and I saw her a picture of her. She does something called lingerie UFC. So it's like a MMA fighting, cage fighting thing, but they fight in lingerie.
Ain't finna draw ratings, Donnie.
I don't know where you can find this shit because I found it online, and I was like instantly clicked off of it because I was like, someone's going to see me watching it. Wife's going to walk in. Watching this and be like, no, it's not what it looks like. I'm doing research, and she's gonna be like, yeah, you're doing research from the street. I'm done with Raw. I'm Donald Wood. This is Brandon Galvin. Brandon Galvin, tell them where they can see us because it's not next week.
It is not next week. Next week we're gonna be on vacation. It is the week of July 4th here in America. We're gonna be celebrating our freedom.
America, fuck yeah.
But we are Ring Rust Radio. We're a long-form podcast. We go live every Wednesday on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and so many other podcast services. We will have an episode next week. We're doing our current era fantasy draft tomorrow night. You can sign up if you still want. Patreon.com/RingRustRadio. And that draft will air next week along with a retro, right?
Yep.
Well, because we do retro reviews at Ring Rust Radio. If you have a TV show or a movie or a wrestling pay-per-view that you want us to cover from way back when, we will definitely do that. We have a lot of good ones coming up, including Guardians of the Galaxy and another movie that I think became Donnie's favorite. Donnie, you want to tell us what it is?
The first time I saw Abraxas. Is it?
Really? That was the first time I saw it.
No, see, now, again, I don't know if I told you this, but I did not watch the normal version. I watched the one with the guys from Mystery Science Theater commentating over the movie while also listening to the movie, and it's incredible. Just fucking, I enjoy the show. I enjoy bad movies because I like the Mystery Science Theater aspect of it. Yeah, that's a great point, Amy. Why didn't Xavier? Is Mike Chiari right? Are we gonna get a New Day breakup here?
No.
Okay. All right, guys. And we'll talk more about that Wednesday. That's how you leave them wanting more. That's what I always say. Nobody wants any more. They can't handle it. God, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. God bless America. We'll see you back here in 2 weeks. Tell Cinnamon I love her.